Hello friends, I hope you're having a great start to your day. Today I'm going to be sharing some crafts with a traditional yet a little bit of a farmhouse twist craft projects using Dollar Tree supplies. Now come along and let's make something beautiful for our homes. I have so many of these wood planks on hand, and it was because I wanted to show all the different ways you can use these. Now I am going to use those as well as some scrapbook paper and some craft sticks, some greenery and some ribbon, and we are going to make the most darling faux presents as a decor piece. I brought together 4 of these wood planks vertically, and I'm going to zigzag my glue down them and use the craft sticks to bring them and bind them all together. Then I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to switch the direction and only use 3 of these wood planks, and I'm going to create more of a horizontal squared type box. It's fun how you can shape these boxes differently using different sizes and amounts of wood planks. Now I'm going to cover them with scrapbook paper once I flip it over. For the long vertical box, we won't be able to use a full piece of 12 by 12 paper, so I cut it in half, and then I'm going to match up the pattern and bind those all together to be able to cover the whole length of those boxes. For the smaller box, I'm going to be able to use just one 12 by 12 paper without having to cut it in half. I'm going to line it up into the corner and then flip it over once it's glued down and rip off the extra, getting as close as I can to the wood, so that way when I go to sand it, it's really easy to get off any extra that's hung over onto the sides of the wood. Once those are all covered with paper, now it's time to decorate them like a darling present under your Christmas tree. I'm going to use this Merry Christmas ribbon that I got from the Hobby Lobby store the other day in a haul. I'm going to glue them vertically and horizontally, turn it over. With those little edges, I'm going to tuck them down so we have a nice clean finish around the sides. And then I'm going to do the same thing but with a different ribbon. This one's a little polka dot red and white ribbon. I think this is so cute. Glue down the sides, make sure it looks nice and tidy, and then I'm going to flip that over. And then on the front sides of these presents, I'm going to add a bow on each one of the boxes. And then after our bows are done, we can start embellishing them with more things. This holly leaf and little holly berry is from Hobby Lobby as well. I did a haul on all of their picks and ribbons that I purchased the other day. I will link that video. And then I'm going to add on my second ribbon, and I'm going with a gingham bow, and I'm going to take some of those picks from Hobby Lobby. They're such a good deal because everything's 50% off there, and everything comes out to like $1, $1.50, at most $2. But they're so thick in size. Again, go check out that video if you want to see it. Anyway, on the back side, I just can't help myself. I like to clean my projects up. I don't want to see all these sticks, especially if you're going to sell this at a craft show. You're going to want to clean up the back side. So I'm just going to add down some hot glue with a piece of felt or whatever you want to cover. You can use some drop cloth on the back of it as well. It's up to you what you want to do. I'm just going to zigzag that glue all over, all along the rim of it, and then I'm going to push down the fabric. Flip it over and trim off all the excess, and you'll have a beautiful clean backside and the most whimsical darling farmhouse with a modern twist decor piece for this Christmas season. Wasn't that so easy to make and so cute? This project is so easy to make, and it has such a high-end farmhouse look to it. I found these triangle cone foam pieces from Hobby Lobby, and they were 50% off. Look at how many you get inside the pack for this price. They do have cone foam pieces at the Dollar Tree, but this is a way better deal with it being 50% off. I'm going to have a piece of drop cloth, a dowel stick, a knob, a little finial top, a tiny little wood candelabra, little candle holder, and then some lacy ribbon. Now, the wood pieces, again, I've said this a million times here on my channel, I always get those from Hobby Lobby in their craft section. So I just want you to see that you can get stuff from Hobby Lobby for equal in price or sometimes a better deal. But you definitely can get a lot of great supplies at the Dollar Tree. I've been saying that for years here. Now I'm going to take that cone piece and I'm going to wrap it with a piece of drop cloth. I'm going to just glue it around the sides, trim away any extra I don't need, wrapping it as tightly as I can. Once I got to the top, I'm just going to snip off that little extra piece because we don't need that up there. I like to clean up any extra fabric because it just makes for a better presentation on your craft projects and it looks tidy. For the bottom, we're just going to pull in the fabric as tightly as we can, gluing as we go, cutting off any extra. And once you've got it all cleaned up at the bottom, then we can glue everything into place. And we're going to move on with our craft stick. We need to punch a hole into the bottom, so use your scissors where it's needed. Create the hole and then glue that craft stick down into the foam cone. This is going to allow us to be able to have this Christmas tree stand vertically, and it will have such a beautiful look when we're all done. I'm going to glue that craft stick, the opposite end, down into this candle stem holder. And then where the glue is hot and still applicable, I'm going to take some Spanish moss and push that down in there so we don't see the glue and trim it up as needed. For the leftover craft stick, I'm going to add on that little wood knob finial topper, glue it together, poke a hole at the top of the tree, and push that down into the top of the tree. So now we have a beautiful topper on this tree. Go ahead and put the glue into the hole, push that down in there, making sure everything is as straight as possible. Now I got this ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I think it's so pretty. I love the lace pattern on it. I'm going to just pinch and glue on, and I would definitely recommend, if you have those sensitive little pink tip protectors from the Dollar Tree, definitely use those because you will be putting your finger in quite a bit of the glue on this because lace, it just kind of seeps through. My fingertips are kind of dead from crafting all these years. I'm so used to touching warm things, so it doesn't bother me one bit. Once I got all the way around the tree and everything was glued on, I'm now going to take the tiniest bit of my distressing solution. It's just water, brown paint, black paint. I just keep it in this little cup, glass jar, and I pull from it from time to time. Once I lightly distressed the lace, the wood, I'm now going to come on with Mod Podge. I'm going to go all over the lace, and then we're going to make it frosty. I'm going to sprinkle in all the sugar glitter. It has the most beautiful glow once we're done and it's dry. Now I'm going to add on a darling sweet little white bow. And I thought, you know what, this really does need a star. I'm just in love with stars on Christmas trees. I've always just loved the way it looks. So I took a star button, dipped that in Mod Podge and glitter as well, and added that to the center of the bow. All right, my crafting friends, it's that time of day again where we get to spotlight some crafters here on my channel. Up first is Kathy, and I loved this muted sage green bunt pan pumpkin. She seems to be going with those tones for this fall season, and also did this beautiful painting, and I think that sign as well. I thought this scarecrow wood piece is so cute, and I wonder if it's with those wood planks from the Dollar Tree. It kind of looks about that size. That's so cute. She also used some thicker craft sticks to create a planked wood scarecrow. Darling little face. I love the texture for his hat. It is so cute, all the different textures that she has come up with. And from my understanding, Kathy also has her own little business called A Stone's Throw Design by Kathy. She does pottery and a crafter. Look at this clay pumpkin that she has made, as well as this other painting. They're all so beautiful. I love these. Up next, we have Kim. Kim has sent us a couple of different fall pieces that are all so darling. This one looks like it's from a bottle, and she made a darling scarecrow. I love the different uses of texture with the rope. And she's got this scarecrow piece, and it looks like you used the wired pumpkin from the Dollar Tree. What a cute use of all these different decor pieces that you can use from the Dollar Tree. Here is one of those pumpkins where it has those oh so trendy tiles, those vintage tiles from the Dollar Tree. I love the texture, the stem, and all the ribbons. So many fun things to look at and feel in all those textures. And then it looks like you used one of the square wire wreath forms from the Dollar Tree. I love how this looks. What a unique shape for a fall wreath. It is so beautiful. And it could even be a frame. Which one is that, Kim? Is it a frame or is it the wired wreaths from the Dollar Tree? I'm curious. But I love all the foliage on it. I think that's so pretty. And then she has one more, a darling little bag that has all sorts of cute foliage in it so she can hang it up on a window. What a great way to decorate a window that is just a plain window to add a little extra fall. Up next we have Laura, and she has done some cute spooky crafts. I love a dome glass, and this is so darling, as well as her spooky little mansion that she's got here. I love that you created the graveyard, and you've got that very wired twine looking tree in the background. So spooky. Here is another bottle craft. Isn't it so amazing all the things we can do with bottles? This one has a candy corn look to it, and I love those fun bright colors with the burlap and twine combo. Such a great textured piece. This witch's broom is so adorable. I know how much work it is to gather together all of those twine rope pieces. This turned out fantastic. And then one Christmas project. She's got on here a Santa surfing in the sun beach area with Christmas trees. This is such a cute stocking. It's so fun to see that you also can sew and do projects like this. I hope you all enjoy these spotlights for today. Don't forget to give Kathy, Laura, and Kim some love down in the comments. Let them know which projects you liked and which one inspired you. That is it for today. I hope you felt inspired with these projects today. Don't forget to go check out yesterday's video. And please do give this video a thumbs up and let me know what you think of the projects. And until the next episode, bye friends.